Are you live right now?
Am I plugged in?
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I think you just got the notification to watch live now. Open up the thing for me. Probably mute it. How did that?
We're good then.
What's up, guys?
All right, so we are here with a special edition of Nick's Hot Takes. Nick is we're gonna take your calls, talk to you guys in the chat, and pretty much it's up to Nick what he wants to talk about, and everything's fair game, I guess.
All right, first things first. The three of you that disliked, find me on Twitter. We'll fight each other right now. What is going on, you guys? Welcome to another edition of Nick's Hot Takes. I hope you guys are having a pretty solid Wednesday. Guys, we are taking your calls. Tim, do you have the thing in the chat for them to call in?
The phone number is on the screen, 559-475-8473. Again, the phone number is on the screen.
All right, guys, so make sure you call in. I want to give us your takes on wrestling. Give me some, I don't know, give me a question that you want me to answer, guys. Don't be rude, please. Don't be mean. We don't like people that are mean. We don't like mean people. It's 12 there. Yeah, we are up here on, I'm on the West Coast, the beautiful coast, the best coast.
Same here.
As the kids call it nowadays. Any good news about Crazy Steve and WWE? Tim, I think that one's directed at you. What about Crazy Steve?
All I know is, what was it? It's been, 2 months now since he did the tryout? Month and a half, 2 months. Both sides were happy with the tryout, but I haven't heard anything since. So I don't know if maybe they're doing his medical testing or what. Honestly, I don't know. All I know is they've been interested in him for a while. He did the tryout, the last one they had at the Performance Center, and both sides were interested in working on a deal.
Well, there you go. King 84109. There you go, my man. West Side. You want Sami Zayn to get pushed? I do want Sami Zayn to get pushed. I want to see him. I definitely think he can excel with the right push, but it needs to be against someone that's a little more established than Spicy Black Bean Burger, yeah?
My bad.
What's the main event of SummerSlam? The main event of SummerSlam is going to be Natalya versus Naomi, clearly. Are you fucking insane? No, I think the main event of SummerSlam is going to be probably going to be the Brock Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, the 4-Way is supposed to be the main event.
How did I react to Enzo and Cass? I think they broke up way too late. I think the ship sailed long ago. And now I think it's just Cass is just there. He just main evented against Big Show. It's kind of boring. Enzo's not really doing anything. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Enzo and Cass breakup? Because a lot of people think that a lot of people are heartbroken over it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of people are heartbroken, and I can't say that I'm too heartbroken. Is Sami going to get a push? Yes, he will get a push when the time is right. I promise.
I don't know if I could promise that.
Nah, I mean, is AJ Styles better than John Cena? I saw on Instagram someone had put, "Who's better?" Hey, WWS Network, we love you being in the show, man, but we're trying to keep the self-promotion out of here. We love you talking in here, but, you know, if I came to one of your videos and told everyone to come to my videos, that wouldn't be very nice, would it?
All right, Nick, you ready to take a call?
Yeah, I'm ready to take a call. Let's do this, man.
All right.
Hell
Caller,
yeah.
you're on the air. What's going on?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's
Yes.
going on, man? How you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Doing great, doing great. You got a question for us or a comment?
Yeah, I had a question about the Shield.
Ooh, exciting times. What you got, man?
Okay, with the angle where it's going, it says they're going to win the tag team championship with Sid and Dean. If Roman can win the championship, the Universal Championship, where do you think would that put the Shield? Would that put the Shield back together? They be dominated again? Or do the Bullet Club need to reform their alliance again to have the Shield come back?
You asked that, and I think it's not the right time for the Shield to come back together. I think it's there's no other people for them to really do anything with on that Raw roster. All the tag teams currently are pretty filled in with the Club and the Hardys and the Revival. You know, those are all pretty filled in right now, though I would love to see the Shield get back together. Right now, even if Roman wins, I think it's best if Seth and Dean do their own little thing and give some time for Roman to come in. Because I think Roman is pretty great on his own right now. I think he's doing great. A lot of people don't like him, but I'm going to defend him and I'm going to say he's a hell of a worker. I think he's doing great. So, you know, I don't think it's the right time for a Shield reunion, though we will get one. We will get a Shield reunion.
Well, if you want to be a true face,
that's the thing, is that it's going to be hard for him.
You need to be a Shield member.
I don't think he needs to be a Shield member. I just think it has to. What needs to first happen is the fans really need to. The fans need to learn to appreciate Roman. You know,
right.
We won't ever see Roman as a face unless we can accept the fact that they're making him a face. If we're going to keep booing him and booing him and booing him, then all that's going to happen is that he's going to keep being that heel, and they have no other choice but to make him that heel because that's how everyone's reacting. But if we give people the choice of like, hey, if you guys start to cheer for him, what you want will happen. I think that's what the WWE Universe doesn't understand. You know, like I said last week on the Hot Takes, WWE fans make the majority of superstars. Fandango's popular, like oh god, what's their tag team? Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Do they have a name?
Breezango.
Right.
We're gonna call them from now on. They're so over because people genuinely like them, and they're getting main spots on SmackDown because people are enjoying them. So if you don't get people, if people don't start enjoying Roman because we have to, I mean, he's gonna.
Well, he needs to become a true heel.
Well, I don't think he'll ever become a true heel because he can't be a true anything unless we give a genuine reaction, not the reaction that the dude next to me or the kid next to me is giving, and you know, that's how it is.
Okay, do you know Vince's reason why Roman can't be a heel?
I think I might, but why don't you go ahead and tell me?
It all goes back to John Cena when he was taking on The Rock at WrestleMania. John Cena signed a clothing deal with Kmart. He was supposed to turn heel against The Rock. John Cena paid to have all new gear made, heel gear, and Vince said no. Vince said no because he thought if John Cena turned heel, then that deal with Kmart may falter because if he's a bad guy, kids won't want to buy his merch. So one of the things with Roman Reigns is because Roman Reigns is one of the top merch sellers right now, right under John Cena, he feels if you turn Roman full heel, his merch numbers might go down.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I definitely hear that.
Because I still have Roman gear.
You know, it's going to be hard for Roman the next couple of years, but I think we'll come around and grow in him. Really appreciate your question, man. Thanks for calling in, man.
Thank you.
And that's a train. Woot woot, motherfucker. Nick and Tim, question. Biggest dream match that never happened. Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels or Undertaker versus Sting. Fun fact, Undertaker versus Sting did happen. So, you know. Which wrestling company could compete with WWE? Nobody. Nobody.
Not now, no.
God, no. No one will compete with WWE. That's the lunacy, my friend.
No.
That's...
Let's see.
as you guys just heard, you can call in, you guys. Don't be afraid. We all want you on here, no matter what your voice sounds like. We want you on here.
All right, Nick, I got a question for you. I actually haven't put this video out yet, but Sports Illustrated is reporting that we all know Brock Lesnar's most likely losing the title at SummerSlam, but
Probably.
Paul Heyman is actually lobbying backstage for Samoa Joe to walk out the champion, not Roman Reigns.
Well, because Samoa Joe's going to be a Paul Heyman guy.
I don't know, because they already... Heyman said on Monday, if Brock loses, he's walking and I'm walking.
All right, but do you really think Paul Heyman's going to leave the WWE? You really think that?
It wouldn't hurt him. He's got other businesses outside of WWE that he makes a good living off of.
Yeah, but I mean, Paul Heyman lives for making people. He lives for building. He built CM Punk, and he's gonna really help Samoa Joe. Back when was it, the Great Balls of Fire prediction video I did on my podcast, the 2-man show, I said in there that Paul Heyman was going to turn on Brock Lesnar. Well, I'm going to say it again. Paul Heyman will turn on Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. I promise you.
You think we're going to get Survivor Series 02 all over again when he turned on with Big Show?
We're going to get Survivor Series 02.
All right, we got another call coming in.
Got another call. Hit me with that call, my man.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Caller, you're
Hello?
on the air. What's going on? And we lost it.
And he's gone. Well, thank you for calling, my friend. Call again if you want to actually talk, maybe.
If anybody else wants to call in, the number is on the screen, 559-475-8473.
Yeah, please call in, you guys. I love talking to you guys. Seriously.
My thing about, making Joe a Paul Heyman guy is that Joe doesn't need a mouthpiece, though. He's really good on the mic himself. If somebody could maybe benefit from being a Paul Heyman guy and having someone that can talk for them, maybe Braun Strowman.
Ooh, you just you piqued me there, my friend.
Because when they did the 3-way on Monday Night Raw, before that match, they played promo videos for everybody, and they made Braun Strowman, he recited these scripted lines, and it's just like, he says these lines, and it's like, his character should not be saying things like that. But if you have somebody that can say things for him, then that could be a benefit.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying there, but I mean, what did you think about when there was a firework that just went off outside, ladies and gentlemen? What did you think about when who was it? It was like the new evolution. It was like Triple H, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens.
Right.
The new evolution. That was a thing that was like supposed to be hot, supposed to be cool.
Never happened.
Never happened. So I think good things come to those who wait.
Right.
Both Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman would be perfect Paul Heyman guys, even though Samoa Joe is great on the mic. It's safe to say Brock's pretty...
We got another call here.
Oh, another call? What's going on, man?
Hi, I have a question for you guys.
What's going on?
So who do you think is going to win the 2018 Royal Rumble and win the 2018 Money in the Bank?
Ooh, doing a little future planning.
Year out perspective.
The 2018 Royal Rumble winner will be... Tim, you go first.
Now, here's my thinking. If Roman Reigns is not the champion, I can see Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, going on main eventing WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think is going to win the 2018 Royal Rumble?
As far as Money in the Bank, that's a hard one because, first off, is the brand split still going to be going on next year? If so, is it still going to be a SmackDown pay-per-view or is it going to be a Raw pay-per-view? Who's going to be on Raw? Who's going to be on SmackDown? That's something you really can't predict right now because you don't know how everything's going to be in 1 year. Because if they do it like they're doing this year, a lot of the pay-per-views have been swapped. So take No Mercy, for example. Last year that was a SmackDown pay-per-view. Now it's a Raw pay-per-view. So maybe you can say next year Raw gets Money in the Bank, but you still don't know who's going to be on Raw next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Royal Rumble for 2018, I think a definite competitor is either going to be I think I'm gonna go back to some Joey Samoa and Braun Strowman. I think those two guys definitely they're both gonna have their moment pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
And I think Money in the Bank, that's gonna be a toss up, but I think oh god, like Tim said, it's hard to predict not knowing what's gonna be going on. Once the brand split happens or doesn't happen, ask us again and we'll answer you. As of right now, I'm going to leave my answer as I don't know.
Yeah, it's just too hard to predict 1 year out, especially if we don't know what brand's getting the pay-per-view, and even if there are brands this time next year.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks
for
calling
in. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. It was yeah, I really like these people calling in. These people, you guys are some awesome people. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this community. Let's read some of the comment section. Why is Nick the co-host and not me? Robert Caffey.
Hey, Robert's never asked to co-host.
Ooh, Robert. Calling out the Rob.
I'd have you on anytime you want.
Let's read some. What's your opinion on Adam Cole coming to WWE? Good thing comes to those who wait. Nick and Tim, what's your opinion on Adam Cole coming to WWE?
I mean, I think Adam Cole probably, in my opinion, would be the best guy they've signed since they signed AJ and Nakamura, in my opinion.
Ooh, this is a good question. Do you see/want Breezango winning the titles around Mania season? Absolutely.
Sure.
Fuck yeah. Those two guys
they're over as hell.
They're having fun. I love when they just have fun, dude.
I mean, true. Some of those fashion files are a little too wacky sometimes. Like this last
but they
week.
play to their character.
Right.
Like, they're really doing this well. Do you see Becky turning heel soon? No.
All right, let's take another call here.
Getting another call. I'll introduce this one. Caller, you're on the air. How you doing?
Okay, I have two questions.
Go for it.
Hit me.
Do you ever think Daniel Bryan will wrestle in WWE again, or will he leave? And do you think AJ Styles will fight Shinsuke Nakamura in WWE?
Well, let me take this one first, because I know the AJ Styles Shinsuke thing.
Go ahead.
Did you hear Edge and Christian's podcast with AJ Styles?
I have not.
AJ Styles said that he went to Vince McMahon and told Vince McMahon that if they're going to do AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, it cannot be just a match on a pay-per-view. It needs to be a well-built-up match with a story behind it that means something and is like one of the most important matches at its time. He said because of the match they had in Japan, this would be the rematch of that match, and it's now taking place in the United States, so it needs to be something that's well built and well thought out.
Yeah, I would love to see Shinsuke versus AJ, but I don't want to see it until 2020. I want a build. I want to be just like, God. I was gonna get really raunchy right there, but I don't know how old this person on the phone is. I want to be on the edge of my seat for as long as possible, and then when this happens, I want to know to have like a smoke after that match because it was just that damn intense. I like the way they're teasing it. They're teasing it a little bit, and I absolutely love it. And I'm really excited for it to happen.
Yes,
it will happen.
My thing is, though, with the brand split, I think we're going to get it at WrestleMania. And then, because Vince apparently has said that he wants AJ on Raw. Because, he views Raw as the bigger show. AJ is the best, quote-unquote, wrestler in the company. And he wants to move AJ over there eventually. So you keep him on SmackDown till Mania, and then maybe they do it at Mania next year.
Yeah, I see that, man. I definitely see that. Kind of like how The Rock and Cena promoted their WrestleMania match a year in advance.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And what was your second question?
Do you think Daniel Bryan will wrestle in WWE or in Japan?
I'll take this one.
Go for
I'll
it.
take this one first. He will never wrestle in the WWE. Never. He will not step foot in that ring, in those trunks, ever again. I'm sorry. I love Daniel Bryan. I felt like I was robbed of Daniel Bryan. But I'm sorry, but he's gotta think about this. He has a kid. He's got concussions. He's got injuries. Wrestling has gotten a lot more physical lately. I mean, just, a couple nights ago, you saw that, or one night ago, you saw that John Cena head bump. It didn't look scary, but for a guy with how many concussions now, that can look scary. I don't think he's ever going to wrestle again. I wouldn't be sad if he never wrestled again. I would understand. But, yeah, that's just me. Tim, what do you think?
Well, here's the thing. His contract has another, year on it? I know it expires mid next year, I think. Yeah. And he's told, from what I've heard from other sources and whatnot, he's told people that he wants to wrestle again. He knows he'll never wrestle again in WWE. It's just like Edge. WWE has a rule. Their doctors have said they will never, ever, ever clear Edge to get back in the ring no matter what, and Daniel Bryan's the same way. Well, Daniel Bryan, he's already looking where he can go. Like, yeah, he can't talk to anybody, but he's already looking where he can go. And according to, I think it was Dave Meltzer said it, that Daniel Bryan's already talking about coming up with a whole new style for his wrestling, a less impactful style that he can work outside of the WWE. He's always wanted to do a CMLL anniversary show, and he's wanted to go back to Japan for a long time. So he can do either one once his contract does expire with the WWE next year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I think I want to see him wrestle, but I don't want to see him wrestle again. I'm scared.
I think he'll have at least one final, he'll do a final match thing. That's what I think. He'll wrestle at least one time, whether that be in New Japan, somewhere in Mexico, Ring of Honor, PWG, whether it be one of those or somewhere else. I think he's at least going to do one match once he's done with WWE, whether it just be like his farewell final match ever, or if he does it and then says, okay, now I'm going to evaluate how I feel after this and go forward from there. We don't know, but that's just my opinion. I think he'll have at least one more match.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for the call. We really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Right,
have a good night.
Let's take another one.
Ooh, let's just jump right into this. Let's go.
And answer the call. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hello? Caller.
Once. Twice.
Yep.
Nope.
Caller?
Let's take this other one then.
Caller, what's going on?
All right. And caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Tim? How you guys doing?
What's going on, Robert?
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. Who's that guy Nick? Man, he's doing a good job, man.
Yeah, he is.
Well, thank you, Rob.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
I know I was reading the comments and people was talking about him being monotone and all of that, but I was thinking he did a good job.
Oh yeah.
He explained it slowly and he explained it clearly, and I understood what the heck he was saying. That's more like to say for a whole lot of other people that's on YouTube doing wrestling. But anyway, man, look, I missed the last live stream because I didn't get the notification and I didn't get it this time. But anyway, I just wanted to ask a couple of questions, man. I mean, how are y'all feeling about SummerSlam? How it's building up so far?
You want to take this one, Tim, or me?
I'll go. I think the card is shaping up to actually be very interesting, and we can get a lot of good matches from this. I mean, the four-way, that could be a really good match, the Universal title match, depending on how they book it and how much time they give it. Nakamura, Jinder, I don't have much expectations for that. If they do this whole, which they're probably going to do, Ambrose and Rollins challenging for the tag titles, that could be a really good tag team match. And I think,
it would be fun. It would be a fun match.
You just got to make sure Sheamus doesn't knock anybody out.
But here's the thing I'm wondering. Is the WWE doing, like, I guess, with this Shield reunion, which I really hope they don't do. But anyway, do you think they're trying to build up Rollins and what's his name, Ambrose to actually team up together and win the tag team titles, and then eventually one of them's going to turn on the other?
I don't know.
Because it seemed like the thing they do in the WWE is to break up tag teams.
Right. I think the whole thing is right now, Dean doesn't trust Seth. Seth keeps trying to do the Shield fist bump, and Dean's reluctant to trust him. And then they're going to go get the tag match at SummerSlam, win the titles, and then boom, Dean trusts Seth Rollins again. Whether he turns on him down the road, I don't know. I don't see it happening if they're the tag team champions, though.
Oh, okay. All right, well, look, man, I'm not going to hold you guys up. I mean, I know this is probably Nick's. I don't know, because I missed the last live stream. I don't know if it's his first time taking calls. I don't want to overwhelm him with my millions of questions that I usually ask. But I just want to let you guys know I'm glad I caught the live stream this time. And I'm telling you, Nick, you're doing as good as a job that I probably would have done if I was the co-host like it should have been anyway. But we ain't going to talk about that. All right, you guys take care, and I'm enjoying the show, man.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Robert. Feel free to call back a little bit, my man. What a guy. What a guy that Robert fellow is. What a guy.
Okay, we have a question here in the chat. John Moore says, with Bayley's injury, will they have to stick Sasha in there after all?
Nope. Bayley's going to wrestle. She's going to...
You don't think it's that serious?
No, God, no. It's not serious at all.
Because the way they're saying is they're going to give her a week to cool off or whatever, and then next Monday they're going to reevaluate her after they're supposed to get an x-ray either today or tomorrow on it.
She's fine. They're probably just a little worried, so they're going to give her the week off. The x-rays are going to come back positive.
Right.
She'll probably not wrestle on Raw for a little bit. She'll do like commentating.
Right.
We'll scuffle backstage, and they're just going to she's banged up, but she's not banged up to a point that ice working out medicine won't fix. Right. I think she'll be...
Because I know after the match Monday, she couldn't lift her arm parallel to the ground, barely.
Oh, dude, I wake up with that every morning. She'll be fine. The pro wrestler. I'm sure she's been injured before.
She said that she's never had an injury this severe. Like, when it happened and everything tensed up in her arm, she didn't know what to think. Her adrenaline was just going, and she just thought, I have to finish the match.
And that's wrestler instinct right there.
Exactly.
That's wrestler instinct, and I love that. And Tim, would you mind if I promote something real quick?
Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a friend? All right, let's restart this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of free t-shirts, ladies and gentlemen, if you like free t-shirts and you feel generous enough to go over to iTunes and leave a rating and review on the Two Man Show podcast, leave your Twitter handle. We're going to do a drawing next Saturday. Officially, next Saturday, we'll be doing a drawing. You could win a shirt from such websites as Pro Wrestling Tees, Extreme Wrestling Tees, or even WWE Shop. Wherever you please, as long as you're in the United States, you guys can win a free shirt. All you got to do is leave a rating and a review and leave your Twitter handle. And you guys will be in the running for a free t-shirt. That's what we want. And that's all I'm going to say about the show. Be sure to check out the show. We're going to start doing live streams after pay-per-views. I'm going to combat with Tim. We're going to fight each other. Whoever gets the most views wins. But yeah, definitely, guys, check out the show. Come win some free stuff. And just come interact. This is what we love doing, is just talking to you guys and hanging out. Just talking some pro wrestling on a cool Wednesday night.
All right, here's a question. What will be better? This is from George Plays. SummerSlam or Brooklyn TakeOver?
If we base it off last year, Brooklyn TakeOver is going to demolish our minds and murder us in our sleep. But I think, gee golly, I don't want to sound like a mark. I think Brooklyn's going to be just a little bit better. I'm a bigger fan of a lot of NXT guys like Aleister Black, Cassius Ohno, Hideo Itami.
Well, I'm a big fan. Black doesn't even have a match for TakeOver yet, because they didn't announce anything at the tapings for him.
He'll probably get a match on. He'll probably get a match.
Right, because I know Gargano's supposed to get a match. I think he's going to take No Way Jose's spot. No Way Jose was originally slotted to take on Andrade Cien Almas, but with Johnny Gargano having nothing now with Ciampa out, I think they're going to slide that in. So we're probably going to get Gargano versus Cien Almas.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I think Cien Almas is a fantastic competitor. So
yeah, but he's lost a step since coming from Mexico, though.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a different world. It's a different world. He's got to wrestle WWE. Yeah. It'll be Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. I think Hideo's going to interfere in the.
It's going to be Hideo and Cassius Ohno.
That's right, because it's McIntyre and Rude. There we go. I'm getting a text message right now saying that my friend's trying to call in, but it keeps hanging up every time. Just said Tim doesn't like me, shaking my head.
Okay, we got a call coming in here. See if this is him.
Caller, you're on the air, I think. What's going on?
All right. And you're on the air. What's going on?
I had a question about the Kurt Angle son.
Over this, what's going on, man?
What do you think will happen with the results? You think his son would turn on him? And I know his son's supposed to become the Intercontinental Champion after SummerSlam. And what you think about the tag team breakups?
Now, I don't know if Jordan's going to win the IC title at SummerSlam, but I think he's going to get the IC title match.
Yeah, he'll get the match.
I just think I think it's too soon for him to get the title, though.
I mean, you know what I can see happening? I can see a little bit of like, do you know who my father is? Do you know who my father is? That kind of bullshit to the referee, and then we'll see like a rematch on Raw that'll win on like a roll-up type deal. It's going to be interesting. He won't win it at SummerSlam. He'll win it at an episode of Raw.
With that, then Jason Jordan's turning heel, you're saying? At SummerSlam.
Right.
You don't play that card if you're a babyface.
How are you going to be the general manager's son and not be a heel? It's absolutely going to be a heel. Has to.
Even if it is, I don't see it being this soon.
I think you got to do it soon before people get bored.
Well, they already are, though.
Exactly. Give him something to care about. Make him heel. It'll be fun. He's a good wrestler. He's got the Apollo Crews effect of just smiling. Yeah. But he's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler, and I think what needs to happen is he needs to turn heel. And he will.
Yeah, he also threatened me about talking about Kirk, and even though he didn't say his dad. Right. Said don't talk about Kirk.
Yeah, he never called him dad.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think you gotta do something now before time is up.
True.
And I think it's gotta happen sooner than later. We're gonna get a heel turn at SummerSlam. If I'm wrong, I will post a video of me doing 1,000,000 push-ups. Well, thanks a lot for the call, man. I appreciate it.
And the tag team breakups.
Oh, right. You want to take this one?
Tag team breakups? What do you mean?
Well, they broke up America Alpha. They broke up Enzo and Big Cash. And
I think we're going to get another tag team breakup for a good while. I think it'll be
See, my opinion on that is Enzo and Cass might have been a little early to break them up because separated, I don't know where you go with either of them separate. American Alpha, though, they weren't going anywhere anyways.
They both have individual talent that they can use.
Right.
So, I think
Enzo need to be Big Show's manager or be on 205 or something.
Yes! Dude, you're absolutely correct. Wow. Give this guy a medal. Holy shit, I never thought of that until he just brought it up. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Big Show's got another, what is it? His contract expires. He said it expires in February. So, yeah, you can keep him around for a little while.
Yeah, I think that'd be kick-ass. It'd be a really good way to kind of give Enzo a big feeling.
I know Big Show is probably liking the stuff he's doing with Cass because he was on WrestleMania weekend. He was on the Sam Roberts podcast and said the rest of his time in the WWE, he wants to spend it helping younger talent, and not just helping them like get over in feuds or anything, but teaching them different things and helping them grow. And that's what he wants to do throughout the remainder of his contract in WWE. And he doesn't see himself going farther as a wrestler past when his contract does expire. So I think
who you go ahead.
He gonna do another Mark Henry.
I was just about to say, who used to do that really well? Mark Henry.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Henry is the reason Neville is who he is today.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
even though he's gonna use that cruiserweight championship at SummerSlam.
I think he has to. It's been. He should have lost it to Austin Aries.
Yeah.
But
I think he's not gonna drop it to Akira Tozawa. It's just not believable to me.
I can see it.
I'm really liking this Neville heel work that's going on right now. I really, really like it.
Yeah, I mean, I really do too, but there's got to be a point when it's just like, who is left for him to defeat?
Exactly.
I mean, the one thing they could do, which I don't think they're going to, is Grand Metalik. You can say, hey, this guy has been virtually barely seen since the Cruiserweight Classic, but you can't forget, he was in the finals with TJ Perkins and hasn't gotten that opportunity yet.
Dude, that's going to be the story. That's going to be the story.
Or get Enzo to take it from him.
Oh, that would kill the division worse than it already is. That was like when they gave it to Hornswoggle. I killed it.
Give it to who?
When they gave the Cruiserweight title to Hornswoggle?
Yeah, no, who was he talking
Enzo.
about? Yeah, that would destroy it.
They would lose all credibility. Like any that it already has, which it doesn't have much.
Yeah,
Well, they don't have a big storyline with the Demon, even though he's wrestling Bray Wyatt.
I think the Demon character's coming at SummerSlam.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He's
hope
small enough to be a cruiserweight.
I hope they don't ruin it like they did last year where he came out on Raw, like, was it the week before as the Demon? I think he stays Finn Balor until SummerSlam and then comes out as the Demon.
Yeah, for sure. I absolutely see that happening.
All right. Thanks for the call and have a great night.
You too.
Thank you for the call, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for your calls. I'm really enjoying our time.
But see, that's the thing with Grand Metalik. I think his issue is if Vince doesn't think you can pull off a good promo or your English isn't well enough, which we've seen with other guys in the past, he's not going to push you, and that's the issue. Like Nakamura's the exception, I think.
There you go. I was just about to say. Nakamura.
Because I don't know if you watched 205 Live last night. He did a inset promo. Grand Metalik did before his match, and it wasn't in English. And I know, Vince isn't really keen on pushing guys that can't go back and forth on the mic. With Nakamura, though, he's so charismatic, though, he only needs to say 6 words, and the whole crowd's like ecstatic.
Yeah. I mean, they're pushing Jinder, and he sounds about as tough as a kitten.
True, but he can speak English. And you can understand his English.
I'm sorry, do you consider that to be English?
English enough.
I'm sorry. I think he talks like a soft kitten.
I just laugh every time he says Randy Orton.
Ooh, I like the way he says. I like the Punjabi prison.
When he emphasizes the certain letters.
Seriously. It's so bad. Oh my god.
Let's take another call here.
Take another call. Let me introduce this caller.
If it'll load up. Nope, I think we lost. Nope. Here we go.
Caller, you're on the air. How you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Go for it.
Hi, my name is Alejandro Rivera. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I was the one that called earlier, and you guys didn't hear me the first time. It's because my phone keeps messing up. I apologize for that.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
All right. You're doing a Q&A right now?
Yeah, what's your question?
Sure. My question is, Do you think WWE will be able to do a WrestleMania 35 in Chicago in the future?
I think we've got a long ways to wait before Mania is in Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely a long time before WrestleMania is in Chicago, for the obvious reason, CM Punk. I mean, I do not want a WrestleMania that's taken over with, like, CM Punk chants. It's just... dude, I think... I doubt that we'll ever get in Chicago. But if it happens, the crowd will, for sure be ecstatic.
Right. I mean, you can never say never, but it might be a while, because last I heard... they haven't even put in a bid for Mania over the last couple years anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't even put themselves in play to even try.
Yeah, I think it'll be a long time until we see a Chicago.
Right.
We'll definitely get big pay-per-views in Chicago.
Yeah.
The Banks, Hell in a Cells.
But I know
stuff like.
I know WWE wants to go back to the New York area with WrestleMania. They want to go back to California. The issue with California is they want to see when the new stadium in Los Angeles is going to be completed. If it's going to be too long, they may go back to the San Jose area. And then I think I heard something about they wanted to try a Midwest WrestleMania, which maybe could be Chicago, but I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be fun when it happens. Okay. Well, thank you so much. What's up?
No problem.
Have a good one, my man.
Lost him.
Yeah. Phone probably messed up. All good.
All right, let's take this one here. And caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Not a problem.
No problem.
So I would like to know, can you tell me a list of UFC superstars that the WWE might bring over and have and use them?
Well, I know Triple H has been trying to send out feelers to get both Mayweather and Conor McGregor on Raw to promote their fight. I know he thinks that he thinks that it can help them, which I don't think it would help them, but it would help the WWE.
Oh, it's going to help them. Definitely.
I think that fight's already, if you're going to buy that fight, you've already got it in your mind you're going to buy it. I don't think people watching Monday Night, no, not to be anything against people that watch Monday Night Raw, but I just don't think WWE fans, I don't know.
WWE fans like people that can talk.
Oh, yeah.
So you get Conor McGregor out there. I'm sure you probably watched a lot of these press conferences, and my favorite thing was when he goes, "You got a fucking school bag and you can't even fucking read."
Yeah.
So I see someone in the chat right now. Man, F this stream. I'm out. Way too many calls. Enter the chat, please. Make a time limit for calls. Thanks for your feedback, man. Sorry we couldn't please you. We'll see you next time, though. Anyway, I think that'll help both of them. Honestly,
right.
I think that'll help.
Jim Ross wrote in his latest blog that John Jones would be up for coming into WWE to promote his fight with Brock Lesnar if that ever does get up. If it gets approved while Brock is still in WWE, he would want to come in and do some promotion, some cross promoting in WWE.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah,
definitely.
And then I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with this Becky Lynch Cyborg thing, because some people say that it's just them going back on Twitter, and then some say that WWE may have talked to Cyborg, but I'm not hearing anything. No one's really can say, oh yeah, they've talked to Cyborg. It's more just oh well, Cyborg and Becky kind of started it on Twitter, so now WWE may talk. I don't know. That's an interesting one.
Dude, who fucking cares? The women, Becky needs, the women's division just needs a fucking punch in the goddamn face. They need to wake the fuck up, realize that sunshines and rainbows is not gonna get a single person over, and wrestling fucking Cyborg isn't gonna make Becky or the women's division look any good. Oh, no. You gotta bring in someone to help this women's division. You got fucking Charlotte Flair, one of the best females wrestlers on the goddamn planet. Becky, who could tear a fucking arm off of anybody, you got Naomi, who admittedly sucks on the microphone, but she puts her heart into it.
Yeah.
Come
Bailey's
on.
shoulder is injured.
What was that?
Bailey's shoulder is injured, so
We don't know
we don't know how bad it is.
We don't know the severity of it, so she could be fine within a week. Like Nick was saying earlier, he thinks she could be good within the week.
Yeah, she'll be good, but they'll keep her off the mat just in case. They want to keep her safe, keep her ready.
Right.
Definitely. I absolutely see that being a possibility. Well, thank you so much for your call, my man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Have a great night.
Let's get some of the chat.
I was just reading what Sebastian Martinez says. Imagine the night after SummerSlam, Brock comes out to say, I lost my title, I'm leaving, and then John Jones interrupts him. That would be an interesting one, but I think that would be too soon, because first off, the fight would have had to have been announced already. I mean, or at least UFC know that they're going to do it. And with Brock still being retired and his suspension still being frozen, they don't even know when they can do the fight.
Yeah, it's be a while till we see.
It's like if you think about it, the timetable for when Brock can even fight again, he would need, if he wants to make the December pay-per-view, he would need to unretire this week. Or it's not going to happen, because if it rolls over to January, Vince is going to deny it and say, hey, we can't risk you getting hurt before Royal Rumble.
Exactly.
So
I think like you said, it's going to be too soon. Plus, you do that and it takes all of the credibility of the match. Because then then people are going to think, was this just like a build-up? And I see something here. What would be your reaction if Kenny Omega debuts? And I've got something to say, and everyone is going to hate me. I don't like Kenny Omega.
Really?
I hate him.
Why?
I mean, okay, well, I'm a big fan of Jim Cornette. And I've been thinking about what Jim Cornette says. Really? He can't get over with his wrestling ability before, so he had to wrestle a doll, a schoolgirl. What is that? What is that, man? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Kenny Omega. I get that he's a huge draw.
He's had the two best matches in the world 2017 so far, though.
And my laptop just died, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he has... No, it's all good. He has had good matches, but I don't know. I think it's just his past that kills me. It's really just his past that kills me. Don't worry, I'll still be able to read chat. I'm going to read it off.
I get where you're coming from with that.
I don't know, man. Indie scene wrestling is a touchy topic, honestly. It's hard to say who's good, who's not good. I mean, people love Joey Ryan. I hate Joey Ryan.
Right.
It's all subjective. I'm not saying that you guys should hate Joey Ryan or Kenny Omega because I hate him. But the whole point of Nick's Hot Takes is to give out some unpopular opinions. And what I want to do.
But you can't say that he's not a good businessman, though, but because, he's gotten his name out there on a worldwide scale, and that's him and the Bucks doing that themselves, not with some big corporation or big federation behind them or anything.
Well, yeah, definitely. It was definite, it all came from the heart. It was homegrown. They're just guys determined.
With their YouTube series and stuff, being the Elite, that's all them. That's not like with some of these others, like the Bellas YouTube channel or Up Up Down Down. That's all ran by the WWE and whatnot. But with them, it's just literally Nick Jackson films it all on his phone, edits it on his phone, and then puts it up on YouTube. It's just them doing it while they travel around the world, and they've gotten their name out there. Like this hot topic deal. Like the head guy of Hot Topic was at WrestleMania and saw everybody wearing Bullet Club and Young Buck t-shirts, thought that was a WWE thing, went to WWE and said, hey, why aren't these shirts in our stores? And WWE goes, oh, because they're not ours. And so he contacted the Young Bucks, and they're the fastest growing T-shirt sales that Hot Topic's ever had.
Yeah, seriously.
Like the Young Bucks tweeted out they tweeted out, I think it was yesterday or the day before, the top 3 T-shirts of I think it was last month was a Rick and Morty T-shirt, the Young Bucks T-shirt, and the Cody T-shirt. Those are the top 3 T-shirts in all Hot Topic for the last month.
And mind you, Hot Topic's huge with their music stuff, so the fact that wrestling's getting so popular now. Isn't that great?
Oh,
Isn't that great? Isn't that great, you guys? Wrestling is awesome. It's awesome right now. Do we have any callers set up right now?
Well, actually, we just got one. Let's take this one here 1 second. Let it load up.
Yep. Holla.
And caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hello.
So I have a question for you guys.
Shoot. Hello?
He has no question.
Hello?
Go for
He's
it.
there.
If you could choose one person from NJPW and one person from WWE to wrestle each other, who would it be?
Good question.
You know what I think would actually be pretty good would be John Cena versus Okada.
Ooh.
Okay.
I want to see Elgin versus Brock Lesnar.
No, Elgin and Cesaro.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay.
Is that it?
I actually agree with Okada versus Cena because it's like the two faces of the companies
Right.
facing each other off.
Yeah.
And also, I have one more question.
Go for it.
If you could send one person from WWE down to the Indies and stuff, who do you think would be successful in the Indies from WWE?
Anyone.
WWE.
Okay, let me ask you. Are you saying as far as like trying to help get them over again? Like say somebody's like dying on the main roster or something and they need to help them and get their popularity back up? Is that what you're asking?
Kind of like Cody in a way, where he was not doing good in WWE and then he went over to the Indies and he's successful now.
Well, I mean, you can't say anybody because Simon Gotch is failing on the Indies right now. I mean, people hate him because he thinks because he's been in WWE, he's this big star that can demand things. He apparently he thought some guy worked him too stiff the other night and beat the crap out of him in the middle of the ring.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you can't say anybody, but I mean, I've heard for a while Gotch he thinks he's better than he is and he's got too big of an ego.
Yeah, definitely. He's a dick.
So
I was thinking maybe Dolph Ziggler.
That was the first name that came to my mind.
Yeah, I see it.
Same story like Cody, in a way.
I really think if they're gonna, because they've suggested sending a few people from the main roster back down to NXT. I think they should do it with Dolph Ziggler, kind of like what they did with Tyson Kidd after his injury. You know, he wasn't really doing much on the main roster. He had the knee injury. They put him in NXT, and then his popularity grew.
Definitely.
They've been killing Dolph for, 2 years now or more? Nobody cares about Dolph Ziggler. Working the house shows is all. That's it. He hasn't been on SmackDown for like a month and a half, I don't think.
So sad.
But I think you send him down there to NXT, he can have some really great matches down there. People can be like, "Oh wow, I forgot this guy can do this kind of stuff." And then when you think he's ready, you bring him back to the main roster as like this just like great baby face.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's just sad to know that he cashed in his money in the bank and got one of the biggest pops, and now he's not even like part of the main roster.
But the thing with that is Vince McMahon. I can't remember who. I think Pat Patterson said this. Vince McMahon told them, "All right, so it's the night after WrestleMania. It's going to be a big night. Let's have Dolph cash in just to get the pop we know he's going to get, but he's not going to get a push. Yes, he's going to get the World Championship, but he's not getting a push." They never had any sort of faith or plan into making Dolph a main event guy, even though they were giving him the championship. Vince just never saw it in him.
I mean, to be honest, world championship. I think he's good. He's not world championship good.
I think
Okay,
have a great night. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, man.
thank you for the call.
I think the other issue with Dolph is he tries too much to be like Shawn Michaels, and that hurts him.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I hear you out.
Because
Man.
like, hear me out. So my son, he's got some action figures, the wrestling figures and whatnot. He's got an old '90s Shawn Michaels. So we were at Toys R Us today, and we were looking at the different figures, and I said, "Hey, do you know who this guy is?" He goes, "Oh, is that Shawn Michaels?" I was like, "No, it's Dolph Ziggler." Like the way his hair is, his clothes, his attire, everything. He looks and tries to act too much like Shawn Michaels of the '90s, and I think that's a big hindrance of him.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of boring. It's just like, dude, come on, give me a reason to care.
Yeah.
I love Shawn Michaels, but I don't want Shawn Michaels too. I want Dolph Ziggler.
Exactly.
I want to know who Dolph is.
It was like, I guess the other comparison you can do kind of like this was Jericho when he first came into the WWE. Some people tried to compare him to Shawn Michaels and stuff. Then they had the match at WrestleMania 19, and people said that he was acting too much like Shawn in that match with Shawn. But he was able to grow out of that and become his own. And that's what Dolph needs to do.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen as well. I just think right now WWE doesn't know what to do with Dolph. It's time to just either cut him loose or let him, or give him something to do. Let him put over a talent.
Right. All right.
I see that. What was that?
Oh, no.
I see that you have in the description here a live stream donation, and I kind of want to persuade the audience a little bit into supporting us, just because like we like doing this, but it ain't cheap.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so tonight,
if you do want to donate for free, there's a way you can donate for free. You go to gawkbox.com/PWUnlimited. All you do is go to that website. It's best done on your phone or a tablet. Go on there, download an app, watch a 30, 15-second clip video, and then their advertisers actually tip back to us. It doesn't cost you anything. Maybe it costs you 2 or 3 minutes of your time, completely free.
And while there's that, I'm gonna pitch something. If we can get a donation over $25 or over, I will sing a WWE theme.
Uh-oh.
And I'm thinking I'm gonna sing between maybe I'm an Ass Man. Think that'd be a good one. Badass Billy Guns. Or anything that the donator wants me to sing, I will sing for $25 or over. Little enticing. It'd be a little fun. I used to do this back when I used to live stream video games. I think my favorite song was Girl. I did a full...
No.
Dude, if they want me to do it, all they gotta do is $25 or more.
So Robert Cathy says, is Toys R Us still around? Yes, it is. Still
Depressingly.
around.
Somehow.
That's where I get pretty much all my kids' Christmas presents. Well, mainly get their Christmas presents, birthday presents, and stuff. Toys R Us.
That's where I get all the kids that I don't actually have for their presents, because I'm 12 and I can't have kids. God. Let's see what's
John
right now.
Morris says, if you fantasy book Ziggler in a team with Cruz with an 80, would it be like a, what is he asking? Could you do like an 80s Bud Cop gimmick with Ziggler and Apollo Crews?
I just think you would get like a lot of smiling and a lot of wet hair.
I think
it would not work.
In 2017, gimmicks are a little bit, you really can't have like character gimmicks anymore. It's just, I don't see it getting over. You got to be like a person trying to be like a real person nowadays. No more repo men, garbage men, clowns.
Yeah, definitely. So Young Rainmaker says, hey, I'm back. Hey guys, do you think the G1 28 will be in the USA because Tama Tonga went on a rant saying they should have the G1 in the USA? I think if they want to make a big splash in a direct no, what's the word I'm looking for?
Competition?
Yeah, there we go. I almost said competitiveness. A direct competition to WWE. They should bring it. $25 to hear Nick sing, I'd pay to not hear that. Hey, man, if you want to do it, do it. I don't mind. But I think if they bring the G1 to USA, I think it's going to be a huge show, and they need to find the right arena. And I think the best arenas you're going to find are right here in California.
See, my thing with that is we had the G1, I guess you can call it preview this year in California. Maybe instead of doing a preview, you do like the first 2 actual nights or the first couple nights in the United States, but you have to finish it off in Japan. It's just your New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yes, they're trying to build to having stuff in the United States, but you maybe start. You do like your first couple nights because you know the G1. They do a couple nights and they get a couple nights off. They do a couple more nights. So you do your first couple nights here in America, then you have that 3 days off or so to fly back and get your bearings back, and then you finish. You do the other 3/4 or whatever in Japan.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know some people have said, hey, with New Japan, I think was it 2020 when they do the Olympics out there as well, maybe do the G1 out here because you're going to have too many people wanting to focus all their attention on going to the Olympics. I think, the Olympics being there could help New Japan because you have so many people that are like, okay, well, I've gone to the Olympics all day. Now there's this wrestling thing at night that's really hot. I'll check that out as well.
Hell yeah.
But I do see them maybe doing like a quarter or 2 nights in America, and then you finish it off in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, you have to finish in Japan. I think just tradition calls for it to finish there.
Yeah.
Well, there's my dog barking outside.
Savvy says, will Kane have a last title run? I don't even know if Kane will come back, especially if he becomes mayor. I don't see him coming back at all if he becomes mayor.
He's done. Shut up, dog. He's done. My dog's barking. She's mad at me for talking, and she's not involved. She always has to get involved. I see a comment from Claire O'Keefe asking, who is the better roster, Raw or SmackDown? Go ahead.
That's a tough one because, like, I like guys on Raw, I like guys on SmackDown, but if I had to pick which was the better roster, I would go SmackDown.
I'd say with the more athletic roster and the more passionate roster, I would say SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
Claire O'Keefe, I heart you too. Purple Hearts in chat. I definitely think SmackDown has the competitor side, while Raw has the, big money faces side.
Oh, for sure.
Which it's going to be sad if AJ moves over to Raw. I'm sorry, it's going to suck.
I agree 100% on that.
Do we got any callers in the Quee?
Yeah, we can take one right now if you want. Let's load them up and
let's take a caller.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hello, beautiful.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you guys?
Pretty good.
Oh, not so bad.
I have one question. Sure. Or 2 questions, I guess.
Go for it.
What is your favorite house show or match by any chance?
Like match we've seen at a house show?
Well, like that that you've seen or like know of.
I would say King of the Ring when Bret Hart won his second King of the Ring. It was at a house show. I watched that on I believe I watched that on Daily Motion. And it was a fantastic match. I'm absolutely in love with Bret Hart. Actually, guys, if you're a fan of my podcast, there's about a 99.9% chance I'm going to be interviewing Bret the Hitman Hart.
Interesting.
At a big time.
Whoa.
Yeah, seriously. So if you guys have questions for him, send them over because, there's a good chance we're going to be interviewing him. And, that was one of my favorite house shows of all time because it's what touched me in a special. Wow, that sounded awful. It's what got me to love wrestling in a completely crazy way. It was just like, wow, look at these guys. This dude, long hair, fucking perfect body out there competing his heart out, and he just looks great. And they're putting a crown on him for some reason. It's just fun. Wrestling's just fun, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love wrestling. Jeez. Anyway, Tim, what's yours?
AJ Styles, Kevin Owens for the U.S. title was at a house show couple weeks ago. I heard that match was amazing.
I don't count Madison Square as a house show.
Well, it's not on TV.
Yeah, but they tape it. They tape it on purpose. It's not a house show.
Best match I've seen that was a house show match. I honestly don't know. Like, I can't just pick one. It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. It's like a lot of good stuff happens at house shows.
I mean, I saw 2 years ago, I think it was, a really, really good Seth Rollins Roman Reigns house show match.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, dude, like, if you guys ever have the chance to go to house shows or even indie shows, take that chance, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, it's always been my dream. Just go to, like, a live event.
Where are you out of, buddy? Where are you from?
Missouri.
Missouri? Dude, there's probably a ton of, like, little independent places in Missouri. Like, dude, go out to an indie wrestling event, and they're so goddamn awesome. They're great. You know, people would absolutely love them. If you guys get the chance, you should know it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try. I'll use my magical powers and try to do it.
You better. And then come back to us when you're done. Thanks a lot for the call, my man. Really appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too, man.
See ya. He's a good kid.
All right, so Shrek Trolls Everybody says, are we getting Sasha Banks' heel turn at SummerSlam?
No.
Maybe after SummerSlam, but I don't see it. I don't think she's going to, like, screw Bayley out of the championship or anything.
Yeah, I say we got maybe another 6 to 13 months before she becomes a heel.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I just think we got some time before she turns heel.
Yeah,
everyone's always loved her.
Probably around Rumble or Mania, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I can absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
All right, I got one for you, Nick. Dana Brooke, Titus Worldwide. They're teasing it.
Oh God.
They did a Raw Fallout video where Titus was getting interviewed backstage, and I don't remember what they asked him, but they asked him something, and he's like, never mind, I got to talk to this person. And Dana Brooke walks up, and he goes, I've seen the tweets. You want to join Titus Worldwide? And he tells her that before you can do so, you need to find out who Dana Brooke is, because you've always been associated with other people. First you were associated with Emma, then you were associated with Charlotte. He goes, I would love to sign you to my brand, but I want you to find out who Dana Brooke really is. And then he goes, Dana, I think you're country strong. She goes, yeah, I'm country strong. And as she walks off, Titus kind of mumbles to himself and goes, ooh, I can market her with like a black t-shirt that says country strong and put her in a cowboy hat.
Dude, it's so funny. Oh, God. Okay, here we go.
You know what the whole her and Charlotte together were supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
WrestleMania championship match?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that didn't happen.
I think Emma was doomed to fail when her first stint on the roster was with Santino Marella.
But she's the one. Now this is like the Dolph Ziggler thing. You send them back to NXT and they can come back hot. I think if she would have never got injured last year, she would have been fine. But she got injured like a month or two after she came back to the main roster, and then the Emelina stuff just really killed her.
Oh yeah, Emily. I mean, it got her real heat, and it absolutely hurt her.
It wasn't the right kind of heat, though.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It's heat that didn't come because she did something bad. It's heat because people care.
No,
it's Roman heat.
Let's take another call here.
Take another call.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Well, hi, my name is Kamani. How are you?
Pretty good.
Oh, not so bad.
Hey. So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
My first one, do you think that the broken/awoken thing will ever come to WWE? If so, when and how will they introduce it?
Okay, here's going to be my answer to this. Here we go. I don't care if it does. I don't care if it doesn't. I just want to know for sure that it is or that it won't. Once I know for sure, because I don't care about the Hardys with it, I don't care about the Hardys without it. I don't like this back and forth limbo of like, oh, we're awoken, but we're super extreme, hardcore, lulz. Like, come on, give me something here. Stop bouncing around left and right. I don't want gimmick limbo. I want something for sure. But that's, that's just me. Tim, what do you think, man?
I mean, I agree with the whole, they could be broken or not be broken. I like the Hardys either way. I always thought that the broken Matt Hardy thing was great. But here's the issue. How much creativity is Matt actually going to have over this if he does it in the WWE? Is WWE going to take too much control of it and over-script him, or have their 30 writers, or however many it is, try to write the broken segments and not let Matt have enough control? That's my issue with it. How much creative control will Matt actually have?
If Matt doesn't have any creative control, or as much as he wants, then he won't do it. And that's a fact.
Right.
Yeah. It's his brainchild. It's a moneymaker. If
right,
you get that's my take. That's going to be my hot take.
And my second question, before you guys were talking about Bayley and Alexa and Sasha Banks, do you think this whole Bayley is injured thing a part of the storyline, or do you think it's an actual thing that might affect the SummerSlam match?
Oh no, it's a real injury. I don't know if it's going to affect the match at all. I mean, the injury is real.
Okay.
Yeah,
as far
legit.
as impacting the match, I don't think it will. Like Nick said earlier, he doesn't think it will either. I don't think it will, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens next week on Raw.
And here's my last question. A lot of different people online, a lot of different websites are stating that they don't believe that Shinsuke Nakamura will be able to even win a championship in WWE before he retires or leaves WWE. A lot of them are saying because he can barely speak English, Vince can't really mold Shinsuke like he would. What's your opinions on that?
He may not be able to mold him, but you know what he will get? A ton of merch money.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna win titles. He's gonna win a ton of titles.
I don't know if I would say a ton, because he's one of those kind of guys that he can get over without ever having to be a champion.
He'll be a long-term U.S. champ.
Maybe, yeah, I could see that.
Very, very long-term.
If there was a shake-up, I could say the Intercontinental Championship more than the U.S. champ, though.
I mean, I think right now, what needs to happen is the reason that both those titles don't feel important is because it's hot potatoed. Think of
well, not as much with the IC title though, but that's that US title.
Yeah,
for sure.
because I believe that Miz is doing the best work that he's ever done with the IC title.
Oh yeah.
Currently.
Oh yeah, he's doing a great job, but think back to 2015 when you had John Cena as that US champion. It felt real. He felt like he was defending it almost every week, at every pay-per-view. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah. My belief is that every title should be defended at every pay-per-view. Like, why isn't it? You know.
No, I get you there. I mean, yeah, every title should. I agree. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you have to look at it with the whole Chris Jericho new face of America switching over to AJ Styles. They're doing okay with the belt, but with Kevin Owens' whole gimmick of he's the new face of America, it's a pretty great gimmick coming from a Canadian.
they're doing great things with the people. They're not doing great things with the belt.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the belt helps elevate the star, but it's not doing that. They have to put stars on the belts to try to make the belts actually seem legitimate.
First things, belt needs to feel like it's going to be important. Second, that's going to make the guy.
Right. Like, look when The Rock won the IC title for the first time. He was on the rise, but then he won the IC title, and people started really taking him more serious.
Yeah, because it's like,
right.
This is right before the world title. Oh, God.
Yeah. See, and that's the other thing, like you say there. Back in, like, the 90s, when you win the IC title, it's like, wow, they're grooming this guy because they feel like he could be a world champion someday. Now, you give someone the IC title, and it's like, oh, like, take Ryback, for example. Oh, you're going to give him the world title, so why should I even care about him being the Intercontinental Champion? It's not like you're trying to, elevate him by giving him the IC title before you give him a bigger title.
The thing is they tried to push Ryback straight into the championship role right before he could even get this chance at the IC title. Because when he first came in, he was up with CM Punk and John Cena on the top of that for the WWE Championship. See, if they were to build him up a little bit more, maybe he could have got the IC title. Then people would have been like, oh, all right, he can actually do something. And then actually maybe to World Heavyweight Championship. But do you think that WWE isn't building their characters enough properly?
Okay, here's my contradiction to that, though. Do you think that Braun Strowman should be an Intercontinental Champion before he's ever given the world title?
No.
I don't.
No.
There's exceptions to that.
I was just about to say that. Like, some people need that build-up, but then other people can just make it straight up there.
Yeah, there's definitely that can make it straight up there, and Braun Strowman is definitely one of them. I think, going back to it, I just think the title grooms the guy. Or the girl.
Exactly.
Even though there's only one. There should be women tag team titles. Anyway, go on. Go ahead.
That's practically it with me. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call. Have a great night.
Thanks for the call.
You too. Bye.
Now, see, another one that didn't win a lower tier title before winning a world title was, I guess you can kind of say, Roman Reigns. Yes, him and Seth were tag team champions, but he never won like a US or a IC title before winning that WWE championship.
Right. Definitely. Absolutely.
I mean, he won the US title, but that was after his third reign or second reign as WWE champion?
Yeah. I think it was his second did it.
Yeah. But
I have a quick idea for a little segment we can do here real quick.
Okay.
I see a lot of people saying that their questions aren't being answered and stuff like that. Donna May says Seth Rollins sucks. Ladies and gentlemen, Donna May is my mother. That is actually my mom. That's my real life mom. I don't think she knows who Seth Rollins is. Hey, Internet Master, get out of here.
Hey, now she says Seth Rollins rocks.
I don't think my mom knows what wrestling is. Hey, Internet Master, get out of here. We do not want people speaking badly about other people like that. That's not cool, dude. Come on. We're talking about wrestling here. We're talking about good stuff. You don't got to come in here and ruin it for us. Thanks, man. Anyway, let's do a little bit of we'll get some people to call in, ask one question, hang up, we'll shoot the question, and then we'll answer it, and more people can call in. We can get more people in here, because I know that some of these calls may go a little long, so let's do a little bit of... So if you guys got quick questions, dude, call in, hit them with us. We want to hear you guys talk. We want to know what you think, what you guys want to ask. Do we have a caller set up in the queue right now, Tim?
We do, but before that, you said at the end of that call, you just kind of mumbled women tag titles. What are your thoughts on women tag titles? And then I'll give you mine.
Ooh, my thoughts on women's tag titles? As long as we can make the women's division seem like it's not boring trash. No offense to the women. They're doing the best that they can. As soon as we can start caring about it, women's tag titles will be in the conversation.
Now, with that, though, you need to at least double each roster's women.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We need. We're gonna need a lot more people.
And I mean, yeah, some people can be like, oh well, you have the Mae Young Classic, bring in a bunch of those women. I don't know how many of those women are actually ready for the WWE main roster. Half of them are development talent in WWE that haven't even been training for a year. I know, what's her name? Tainara Conti, I think her name is. She literally started training less than 4 months ago.
Seriously, and
she's in the Mae Young Classic.
Kind of like how I said before, Japan, Mexico, wherever you're wrestling before, it's a completely different world. The different world. Strong style in WWE is a rarity. You got to learn how to adjust to that WWE style.
True.
So it's some scary stuff in there, but I think you got a handful of women that might be ready. Most of them, it's gonna be a little while till they're main roster.
Well, I know they had high hopes for Marty Bell, and she completely shit the bed. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that one?
Yeah, she did.
She was supposed to win in round 1 and 2, and halfway through her match with Rachel Ellering, they called down to the ref and said, "Hey, switch it. This Marty Bell screwed up too many times. She's not even winning her first match."
Yeah. No.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, I should have said spoiler alert.
I mean, what sucks is how that women's classic is going. But before we talk about the women's classic, you said we had a caller. Let's not let him wait too long. So let's get some of these rapid fire questions in there.
All right, let's take this one here.
Let's be with it, my man. Why is Tamina so underrated? Because she's bad. Anyway, let's go.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
What is going on?
Hey, what up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just had a quick question.
Sure.
What's going on?
Like, if y'all had a gimmick match, you know, your own created gimmick match, what kind of match would y'all make?
I would do Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole match.
What?
I love Tim's reaction was just like, who are you? Now, I would like to see maybe like I want to see, oh, God, what was that match that Dustin Runnels was in where he got fined for WCW for blading? It was like the truck match where it's a hay bale with cages. Whatever that was, I want to see that.
Are you talking about the one when they were actually in the back of a 18-wheeler driving down the road?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
That was insane. He got fined for blading in a match that involved being on an 18-wheeler. Ladies and gentlemen, WCW.
I mean, CM Punk, I forget who it was against, but he had a cage match, I think it was on Raw, where he got actually busted open and they fined him because they thought he bladed.
Shit like that's insane. All right, Tim, what's your gimmick match, Tim?
Kind of taking it from Ready to Rumble, but like a cage match where you got to get the ladder up there on the top, like a Hell in a Cell, put the ladder on top, and then climb up to get the title.
The triple cage?
Yeah, they need something like that. They need something like
cage,
that.
But only like a Hell in a Cell and then a ladder on top, just one.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
You don't need the triple.
Yeah, you
need
the
overkill.
You need David Arquette and Jeff Jarrett and the triple.
Because I don't see anybody from the top of a triple cage falling all the way down like we saw in Ready to Rumble.
Mick Foley. All right, thanks for
real. Yo, one more question, man.
What's up?
All right, one more thing. If y'all had one wrestler to take over John Cena's place when he retires, who would it be?
Buff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell is not even good, isn't he? I think he's old.
Exactly.
Buff Bagwell is now a gigolo.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on that Showtime. Well, he was on that Showtime series, Gigolos.
Oh my God, my mind has just been blown. I think the guy to replace John Cena will be Roman Reigns, and I want it to be Roman Reigns.
For real? You really want it to be Roman Reigns?
Yes, Roman Reigns is good, you guys. Come on. I'm holding...
Hold on. Are you saying this because they're pushing him in your face, or you really think he's a 5-star wrestler?
I think he's a 5-star wrestler. He's a fantastic seller. has great moves for his size and his weight and the way he looks. He's great. People don't like him. I've said this before. People don't like him because the kid sitting next to me at an event doesn't like him either.
You think so? I think I just don't think people don't like him because they're shoving. You feel me? Shoving them down our throat. You know what I mean?
I mean,
they ain't letting him grow. Feel me? Normally, you know.
Right. I think Roman is better than the fans give him credit for. I mean, look at the matches he had last year with AJ Styles. Yes, they're with AJ Styles, but they were still really good matches. Even the stuff Roman did in the matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I understand. Like he could put up great matches with like top tier talent, but can you see him carrying another wrestler that's not top tier? That's what I'm saying.
He's had great matches with Braun Strowman.
Oh yeah, he's put
Those have been really great big
matches. But Braun Strowman is good for a big man.
How long has Braun Strowman really been around? Not as
good?
long as people think.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right about that.
But,
he's young. He's young. Let's try to get some more.
Right,
let's try to get
call and have a great night.
Y'all too, man.
All right.
Go on, man. All right, let's get
all this in the chat. Riff Thing says the cruiserweights should be exclusive and sent down to NXT.
No, terrible idea. Keep them on 205 Live.
Yeah.
They're fun. Let's try to get some more people in here. Let's try to do some hot potato.
All right, let's see. Take this call here. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Yes, I had a question about Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. What you think their next angle would be?
That team.
Their next angle? I think they could be the Breezango attackers with this whole Fashion Files stuff. I think it could end up being them.
It's them or the club?
Can't be the club. The club's on Raw.
That's cool.
The club is engulfed right now in this whole triple threat thing with the Revival and the Hardys.
But it wouldn't make sense for it to be Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. It wouldn't make sense. They just got out of a feud.
But when's the last time we actually saw them on television?
When they were fighting.
2 months.
It's been a while.
Yeah, but when they were fighting each other.
Hey, families have differences and they could always get back together. Once a family, always a family.
The way you pitched that was so incest-like. I'm offended. Anyway, yeah, I think what's next for them is they will be a tag team, though. It's got to be right. What do you think? We got to go quick on this. We got to get as many people as possible.
Oh, the Hype Bros.
I think Ryder will turn on Mojo.
Yeah, he'll turn here. Mojo's fine on his own.
Even though we haven't heard from them either.
Yeah, we haven't heard.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryder and Mojo are going to be fine. They're great competitors. They're hardcore. I think they're going to be just fine. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate you calling in.
All right.
Have a good one, man.
All right. I saw something in the chat. I think I might have lost it. Take this call and I'll see if I can find this comment in the chat.
All right. Let's bring this caller on the air.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, I have a question. I was just wondering, when is the cruiserweight division ever going to take off, or will it ever? Honestly,
I don't know. It will take off December 13th, 2017. I promise.
And why is that?
Why not? Why not? I mean, they have the talent. They've got the cool stuff. It's just they're in a bad time slot. That's it. They're just in a bad time slot. That's
yeah. Because I noticed in the Classic, the only time I enjoyed watching them was during the actual Classic last summer, when you had talents like Kota Ibushi, you had talents like Grand Metalik, and you had the returning legend Tajiri, and I was super pumped. Yeah, and it just died out.
Yeah, I mean, it died out because with WWE, we don't want to see cruiserweights.
Well, it's not just that we don't want to see that. It's the fact of that WWE has kind of got us thinking, these guys don't mean anything when they're only given 3 minutes on Raw.
Yeah, it's true. They need to stay on Raw and they need to not be after. They need to not be after SmackDown anymore.
Right.
Do you think there's any other guys from like NXT they could pull out? You know, like the returning or debuting Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Red Dragon. Do you think that'll ever happen, or do you think? I mean, there's got to be something that they could do to bring someone from NXT up to do talent for the Cruiserweight division on Raw or on 205 Live.
They will, but it's like before they can do that, before they can say like, oh my God, here's Bobby Fish, here's Red Dragon, or even Lee. They need to start. They need to get that like, okay, hey, 205 Live is pretty cool. This is pretty fun to watch. Cool. Before they can get those people, they need to get the fans to care just a tiny bit.
Right.
Fine.
Is that? Do you think that'll be with a little bit more screen time?
Yep. Just a little bit more screen time, maybe a little more fleshed out stories, maybe a little less TJ Perkins, and we're all good.
Yeah. Thank you. If there's anyone that hates TJ Perkins the most, it's me. Honestly.
Same. Thanks so much for your call, dude. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you answering. Thank you.
Have a good one. All right. How many callers do you want to take tonight, Tim, before we call this thing a dealio?
However long you want to go. I don't got a time limit.
I don't either. But let's go. Let's say 3 or 4 more callers.
Oh.
3 or 4 more. It's getting pretty hot where I probably need to refresh myself. But if you guys enjoy this, let us know, because we can make this a little bit of a weekly thing.
Yeah, we could possibly start something up like that.
Hell yeah! Do you guys type in the chat right now? Say yes or no. Do you? Is if
Hello?
Yo, you there, my man?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. The audio just cut out. I had to reconnect the cord. I don't know if the cord got loose or what. Interesting.
That was weird. Dude, I'm seeing so many yeses in this
I've
chat.
seen it too.
I'm seeing so many yeses. I love all of you guys. Make it weekly, yes.
Yeah, I apologize for the audio thing. I don't know what happened. It just cut out, so I had to reconnect real fast.
Keep it weekly. Yeah, dude, weekly shows like this is fun, dude. This is fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and like Tim said, if you guys want to give that little bit of a free donation there, what the great thing about that is, it's going to help fund us to get some better equipment so we can do this weekly. Like, you know, I'm running off of a MacBook Air with a broken charger, and we're still doing this for you guys because we love you. We love you guys.
If you also want to help us out, you can always go to our TeePublic store where you can get our t-shirts, and any of the t-shirt designs can also be ordered as a sticker, a cell phone case, a notebook. It's all there. The link for the TeePublic store is in the description below. And I think they're going to be running some sales over the next couple of weeks as well on their website. And whenever they run sales, it's for everybody on their site. So our stuff will be discounted as well.
All right, on. So do you want to take some more callers?
Sure. We got one right here.
Let's do it. Give me a call.
All right. And caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi. I called earlier with some questions. Sorry for calling again, but I have some questions. Some more questions.
Let's try to, but I don't mean to limit you, but let's try to limit it to one because we're trying to take to as many as people as possible.
All right. The biggest question I have is, who do you think should have broken the streak? But if you don't feel like it was Brock, or who do you feel like should have retired Undertaker if he retired this year?
I think for the streak-wise, I think I'd like it being Brock. It would have been cool as maybe Shawn Michaels. I think that would have been pretty cool.
Right.
To retire him, if he was to retire this year, of course John Cena. I think of course John Cena.
Oh yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
All right.
Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it.
Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Have a good one.
I mean, I kind of agree with John Cena, but at the same time, if someone's gonna like retire the Undertaker, I think Roman was a good choice because it's got to be somebody that can benefit from it. With John Cena, we don't know how much longer he's gonna be around, especially if this Bumblebee movie takes off. He can get a lot of more because he's like the lead male in this movie. If it does well and he does well, that could be a huge opportunity for him.
Yeah, definitely.
So he can, take more big movies. He can be like Batista, getting a lot of good roles, and then eventually maybe even be as big as The Rock. I don't know if anybody can be as big of an actor as The Rock, but...
Hey, Tim, got a quick question.
Go for it.
Can you, do you see the phone numbers on the screen before you answer them?
Yes.
Can I call out a specific number for you to pick up?
I can try.
It's a 530-386-7252. Pick that one up.
Alright, that one's...
Thanks a lot, Robert. I really appreciate your support, my man. Have a great day.
Alright. Here we go.
Is he on?
And... Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Nick!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of
What's up, dude?
My older brother, what's going on?
Nothing, dude. I'm on a ferry boat right now, coming back from the Battle of the Bay. The A's just whooped the shit out of the Giants again, as normal. How's it going, brother? How's the stream going?
Doing good. We're doing some hot potato questions right now, so why don't you throw out us a quick question real quick to answer?
You said you got some questions for me?
No. You got some questions for us. Why don't you throw us one question and we're going to try to get some more people here.
Okay, I got 3 questions for you.
Jesus Christ. All right, we're going to answer them quick. Let's go.
All right, number 1. Are the A's better than the Giants? Yes
wrestling
or no?
Question. Yes, wrestling question.
Yes, okay. Question number 2. Are the drums the most annoying thing in the Bay Area? Those Oakland A's drums that they bring to the game, every fucking game, and everyone hates them. I don't know why they keep bringing them. They're so annoying. They bang on them from the first inning to the last inning. Tell me. Yes or no?
Tim, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Okay.
All right.
Question number 3. I'm on the ferry. There's bench seats out here. Does a drum deserve its own seat? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Right,
I agree. I agree. All right, brother. Have a good stream. Let me know how shit goes.
Thanks for calling in. Let's take another caller here. Sorry about that, Tim. I didn't go that way.
Let's take this one right here. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Easy.
I have one quick question.
Go for it.
I was just wondering what you would think about Bray Wyatt versus Aleister Black at WrestleMania 34.
I think it'd be cool.
It could be cool, but
Yeah.
I mean,
There's got to be story.
Aleister Black would probably have to carry it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Aleister Black would have to carry it. Thanks so much for your call, dude. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks.
Have a great night.
All right, we're gonna.
I could see that one being okay. I don't know. Like Bray's just kind of like I don't get it anymore. I used to be really into Bray Wyatt, but after this year so far, he's just kind of like on a downslope for me.
They don't have him.
That's just my opinion.
This Finn Balor feud's gonna help him though.
Oh yeah, it should.
Carry it to Mania.
All right.
All right, let's take 2 more callers.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? I have a question.
Go for it.
What's up?
Hey, I want to ask, how do you feel maybe about shaking up the women's division by maybe introducing a tag team between Raw and SmackDown, where you can have multiple women tag up to get a women's tag team title?
So you're saying a cross-promoted championship with the champions on both brands?
I feel that would make
the women's division a little more interesting because I mean you have both women's chasing for one title, on different channels, or I'm sorry, on different promotions. But if you had the women's maybe doing because they seem to like to tag together for some reason, you have Tamina and Lana for some reason. Teaming up together.
Well, with that is on SmackDown, they just try to use as many women as they can on the show, and that's just the easiest way to do it, is to tag them.
No doubt.
So,
but I mean, they've never done a women's tag team titles.
Well,
could that be something to maybe shake up the women's division, perhaps?
In my opinion, maybe. But like I said earlier, you need double the amount of women. And if they were going to do a title that was on both brands, they would have had to already establish that early on with the male tag titles and the women's championship that they had before they brought in the SmackDown tag titles and the SmackDown women's championship.
True, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much for your call, man.
No, hey, thank you guys.
Have a good night.
No problem.
You too, boy.
Be our last caller right here.
All right.
All right, who's going to be?
And caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Not much. How about you guys?
Pretty good. What's your question?
I kind of called earlier because I had another question, but I didn't get to answer it. So, what is your favorite piece of news that you've covered? If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying. Favorite piece of news that I've covered? Well, we kind of talked about this on Nick's podcast, the two-man show.
Whoa!
I mean, I liked the whole stuff that I got to talk about with the WrestleMania set this week, where people were sending me pictures and videos from Orlando, and as the construction was going on, and I was able to post things on our channel and whatnot for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, seeing a lot of that stuff, that's actually around the time I started watching you. I think that stuff was all super sweet. You really fucking blown up, dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been trying.
I think my favorite piece of news that was covered was the AJ Styles it's two. It's the AJ Styles debut at the Royal Rumble and the Hardy Boys returning at WrestleMania 33.
Yeah, both really big stories.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thanks so much for your call, little dude. Appreciate it, man.
Have a good day.
You too, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude tonight's stream. I don't know about you, Tim, but fuck, I had a hell of a time, and I saw someone put in the chat, make this daily. How would you feel about that?
I don't know if I can go daily.
I mean, I could definitely go I can go every week, maybe 2 times a week. That'd be fucking awesome.
I could for sure do weekly. That's
yeah,
100% for sure.
Dude, I mean, this was fun, man. I love doing this. I love this interaction with you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream. To everyone that called, to everyone that commented. We'll be sure to get more calls in. We'll be sure to get a lot more chat read in.
Right.
And thank you guys so much. Tim, you got any final words?
Not really. Just if you guys want to help us out again, you can always go to the Gawkbox, gawkbox.com/PWU Unlimited. It is completely free for you. It may take just a couple minutes of your time. Interact on that website. As long as you use our link, then they will donate back to us. You can always go to our GoFundMe, gofundme.com/helpupgradePWU. And you can go to our TeePublic store and get one of our t-shirts. All those links are in the description below.
There you guys go. Thank you guys so much. I just saw a couple things here. Someone said twice a week. That could be a possibility.
Right.
Daily. But that's exactly true. And when's the next stream? Do you want to call out a date for the next stream?
Well, I know for sure I'll be live after SummerSlam. But as far as another one, I mean, possibly this time next week.
Yeah, we can do this time next week, or definitely this time next week, next Wednesday. We'll do this again, and we'll get some more on here.
Yeah, it was good.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I appreciate this. I am super I'm speechless just at the amount of awesome people in here. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys just so much for tuning in. Remember, I'm on Twitter at ArmWeek34. My podcast is at The Two Man Show. Tim, why don't you plug your stuff?
All right, you can follow Pro Wrestling Unlimited on Twitter at PW Unlimited. Also, Pro Wrestling Unlimited, just search us on Instagram and Facebook. And just remember to hit that bell button to notify. I know some people aren't getting the notifications. If you don't get the notifications, we also tweet out when we're live, so you will get a notification there on Twitter. So be sure to follow us on Twitter. If for some odd reason YouTube's acting up and it's not notifying you when the videos are going live, so that is another issue that I've been hearing over the last couple of weeks.
Yep, there you guys go right there. Make it a Wednesday show because there's no Raw or SmackDown. That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Any feedback for the show or something you think would be cool, tweet it to what's the Twitter at?
PW Unlimited.
Tweet it to at PW Unlimited. Give us, what you think we should do, what you think we shouldn't do. Stuff like that's going to help us.
For sure.
Be sure to always check out Nick's Hot Takes. Be sure to check out, all of the news updates. Tim's out here posting videos. 5 videos a day.
We had 12 videos yesterday.
12 videos yesterday, you guys. He is working hard. He's working hard. Show him some love.
Hey, gotta do the grind to make the money.
Yeah, I mean, from a free donation to a $1 donation to just being here, you guys, everything.
Even just viewing the video and commenting helps a lot, because that shows YouTube that there's interest in the channel, and they're gonna rank our videos higher up on the search because they know people are interested in the videos.
There you guys go. I didn't even know that. But there you guys go. Thank you guys once again so much for tuning in to Nick's Hot Take Live. And we're making this a little bit of a weekly thing. And thank you guys so much, Tim. Appreciate you giving me this chance. I pitched this to Tim and kind of just said, hey, do you think we could do this? He said, yeah, let's try it. And today was a test run, and this felt like a great episode.
Oh, yeah, it went great. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody that called in. Sorry we couldn't get to all the calls, but, hey, call back next week for sure.
Call back next week. We're going to try to get as many people. We might start a little bit earlier if Tim's kids allow this.
Yeah, that is the issue why I start at 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Tim, our new tag team, we're going to be the top guys. We're the top guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Nick's Hot Takes. I've been Nick. That has been Tim. Have a great, great day, you guys. Talk to you soon.